Welcome back to the review, friends. And former Clippers owner Donald Sterling is back in the news. Would you believe? All right, was in the news. Well, it seems the global racist and idiot is now spending his time since his NBA expulsion founding a new organization known as the RRR, the Radically Ridiculous Racist. Well, that's right. On a recent interview with CNN's Anderson Cooper, Sterling, besides blowing his cover as the Cowardly Lion from The Wizard of Oz, also proved that it is possible to make the same mistake twice, 3 times, or however long you hold a conversation with him.
Jews, when they get successful, they will help their people. And some of the African Americans, maybe I'll get in trouble again, they don't want to help anybody.
I mean, I just don't get it. I just don't understand this guy.
I can't explain some of the stupid, foolish, uneducated words that I uttered.
Oh, suddenly I don't feel that bad after all. I mean, if he doesn't understand himself and the things he says to himself, who am I, James Over, Jaira, the understander? Let's face it, Donald Sterling has proven that he is as anti-intelligent as he is a racist. Maybe even a bit more of the former than the latter. But folks, we are missing the big picture here. Hey, where did that come from? Who is doing this? You're fired! Give me back my pen too. Thank you very much. Interns. Where was I? All right, the big picture is not that Sterling is a racist, but even more importantly, the guy can't read. That's right, he's illiterate, because everyone over 10 knows the words banned for life and what it means. Oh my God, he's Benjamin Button.
The NBA says they want you out. Are you willing to give up ownership of the Clippers?
Oh, well, I'm not sure that's what they want. And
that is what they want.
Well, that's your opinion, and that's what the media says. I'm a good owner. I have a good team. There are people that want to buy my team. But because the media says that the owners want me out, doesn't mean that they want me out.
To make sense of this nonsense is our Sports Watch correspondent, Ian Darling.
Thank you, James. Watch me. Let us put this matter to rest. We're going to put this matter to rest with Sterling. Sterling, get this into your head. You are no longer allowed in the NBA. You're outside. You're gone. You're kaput. They kick you out. Oh gosh. Maybe if he was in TNT cabinet, he would understand what, kick out mean. Anyways, we're moving on. But look, put up that image of Sterling for me, please. I want people to see. Look at that face. Look at that face. Look how hard that is. What woman want that? That face hard like a custard final exam. Come on, man. I mean, look. Even this guy looking better than Sterling. Look at that. That looking better than Sterling. I mean, what I'm saying is that, oh gosh, many people see you good, right? Even why should I go for the young black men? Like, look at this specimen. No, maybe not that one. But instead of going for a rich white man looking so, go for a rich black man. Like this one here. Look at them features. Them features, it's shining, skin smooth, not like that. Jack, I love you. Anyways, I digress. Watch me. And you know what they're saying about Sterling? His wife saying that he's suffering from dementia. But I am telling you, after looking at that Anderson Cooper interview and everything, the man cannot complete a sentence. What he's really suffering from is the man hit you. Like somebody behind him and clouting him, and he only stumbling all over the questions, all over the answers, he all over the place. He really sick, he's sick. Something wrong with his head. And furthermore, he want to attack the media and says the media fault, the media don't love him, the media hate him. Now, Anderson Cooper was very nice to you, but I am saying, Mr. Sterling, if you only come in Trinidad and it was Ian Darling who was dealing with you on Sports Watch, this is what I would have do with you. You feel he's a big dog? Well, call me the cat. Run the video. So you see, that is what you're going to get. That is, come Trinidad and Tobago. I invite you. Come right here on the review. And you can have the interview with Ian Alleyne. You can have the interview with James Saunders. But we will deal with you. You see what that cat do there? That is mash up. Is mash up you're going to get. Only come and talk about the media in Trinidad and Tobago. Anyways, this is Ian Alleyne. This is Sports Watch. This is the review. James Saunders, back to you. Let's go to a break.
Thank you very much, Ian. Now let's see what made the director's cut this week.
Just around 100 Soca Warriors fans will have the opportunity to see this country take on Argentina on June 4th live. The announcement was made on Tuesday at a press conference at the Hasely Crawford Stadium VIP room. Media Relations Officer for the TTFA, Sean Fuentes, explained that arrangements has been made with the Ministry of Tourism to charter a flight.
Earlier today, following discussions with the Ministry of Tourism, Minister of Tourism, Minister Gerald Hadid, they've been able to confirm a collaboration with the TTFA, which will now allow fans to travel with our national team on the morning of June the 1st, leaving on a chartered flight to Buenos Aires, with witnessing the game at the Estadio Monumental on June the 4th and returning on June the 5th.
Fuentes also explained what the flight package includes.
We're going to allow fans the opportunity to travel with the team at a cost of $16,000 TT, and that package obviously includes round trip for the fans to Buenos Aires and back to Piaco, returning on June the 5th, inclusive of accommodation, hotel accommodation, and inclusive of breakfast for 4 nights at the Etoile Hotel in Recoleta, Buenos Aires.
Report for We Sports, I am Nigel Jawa here. National Senior Team Head Coach Stephen Hart has named a 22-man squad for the upcoming Friendlies International against Argentina and Iran. The team includes one newcomer in former England under-20 defender Gavin Hoyt, the younger brother of current senior team defender Justin Hoyt. The Warriors will be skippered by Cardiff City's Kenwyn Jones and includes a host of players who have been part of the national team for recent matches, including back-to-back victories over Jamaica last November. Speaking at a press conference at the Hasely Crawford Stadium on Tuesday, Hart explained that the side was chosen from players available to him.
Basically, the selection of the squad was largely based on, of course, players who are playing consistently, but also availability. As you are well aware, or you may not be aware, it is not an official FIFA date, so clubs were not obliged to release players, and selection was based on our ability to secure the release of the players that were invited in.
Coach Hart added preparations ahead of the match could have been better, but they will have to make do.
I would have liked to have played an international game before your first game being Argentina. You know, that would have gotten the legs going and concentration to raise the levels of concentration. But it's not to be, so no sense crying about it. Argentina will be the first game, and I want the players to really enjoy this experience.
Here now is a look at the full squad selected. Reporting for We Sports, I am Nigel Jawa here. The Defence Force lost out on qualification for the Caribbean Club Championships on Tuesday evening when they lost their final league match 1-0 to San Juan Jablete at the Hasely Crawford Stadium. Needing just a draw to finish the league in second spot and a place in the regional championships, the former league champions fell to a second-minute strike from striker Neil Mitchell that proved to be the game winner. The result meant that Central FC, who defeated St. Anne's Rangers 3-0 on the evening, finished second and qualified for the championships. For the Defence Force, it brought to end a courageous season that saw them battle through the death of 2 key players while having a sniff at the league title. Reporting for We Sports, I am Nigel Jawa here. The West Indies Cricket Board has announced a critical funding component for the professionalisation of first-class cricket in the Caribbean that will be provided by the Caribbean Premier League in the sum of US $360,000 towards the annual retainer contracts for first-class players. In a release on Tuesday, the WICB explained that following the last board meeting in March, the decision was taken to approve a 19-point plan for the complete professionalization of first-class cricket in the Caribbean, starting with the next season of regional cricket. As part of the plan, 15 players in each of the 6 territories will be contracted on an annual full-time year-round basis. This will allow for 90 first-class players to be annually contracted, joining those already under contract in the WICB retainer contracts. Commenting on the agreement, WICB CEO Michael Murray said the professionalization of first-class cricket in the Caribbean is long overdue, and they have finally taken a firm decision to realize this. He added it will be a most costly venture, but one which is absolutely necessary for the West Indies cricket to move forward, and they are exceedingly grateful to the CPL for this significant commitment towards the funding of the annual first-class contracts. West Indies Players Association President Wavell Hines was also positive about the development, saying WIPA welcomes the contribution of the CPL to the program and their pivotal role in the process of bringing the professionalization of first-class cricket in the region closer to reality. Under the new professional first-class structure, the contracts will see players being part of a first-class franchise system, the details of which will be made public shortly. Reporting for WE Sports, I am Nigel Jawa here. Barrackpore West Secondary made amends for last year's disappointment in losing to El Dorado East Secondary by defeating Carpichima East by 5 runs in this year's finals of the Powergen Secondary School's Intercol T20 title on Friday evening at Guaracara Park in Pointe-a-Pierre. Barrackpore won the toss and elected to bat, but it would be a shaky start for them, losing early wickets. But Captain Karan Kanhai and Jaran Maniram, both national youth team players, put together a decent partnership that saw their team reach a competitive 137 for 9 of their 20 overs, with Kanhai top scoring with 37 and Maniram contributing 30 runs. Spin bowler Dejon Charles was the pick of the bowlers for Caps, taking 3 for 24 off his 4 overs. He was supported by some excellent catching as well. In reply, Caps got to 32 for 1 after 5 overs as the match hung in the balance. But fast bowler Jervin Cummins got the prize wicket of Caps captain Justin Joseph for 24 in his first over, and that seemed to throw off the Central School from their run chase. They lost all momentum after that, with the required run rate going up, one that eventually proved too much for Caps, as they could only manage 132 for 6 in their 20 overs. Barrackpore coming away as this year's winners by 5 runs. Reporting for WE Sports, I'm Nigel Jawa here. The Southern Warriors School of Mixed Martial Arts is in celebration mode after a great outing at the just concluded Caribbean Fight League Championships in Barbados, in which they won 5 out of 8 fights it entered. The local MMA club also captured the tournament's top 2 titles in the Bantamweight title and the Heavyweight Championships. Speaking about the team's performance, owner and club sensei Kerry Grant was a very pleased man.
Did extremely well against top fighters from throughout the Caribbean and also Europe. We had fighters from even as far as France, Paris, coming down to compete in this tournament. So it was really nice. The experience for these guys you couldn't put a value to it, you know. And I said, you know what, let me take these guys over. We invited, at first they only wanted a few of the prize fighters, as you would say. But I said, let me get the younger ones, the newer guys a chance. And they went over there and they tore it up, man. The main events, the heavyweight title was up for grabs, also the bantamweight title, which were the main events of the night. We took home both.
Bantamweight champion Sian Adair felt very emotional about his victory.
Can't even explain how amazing it was, because I've been training with this club since the beginning, since Sensei Kerry started his school. Very small, and look how big it grew up, blew up, and I was just blown away.
And heavyweight champ Karen Paris was still amazed by his accomplishment.
It was, as my team song, epic. It was it was really, really good. After knowing that, I pushed myself to the limit, and coming home with the belt, it was totally amazing.
Reporting for WE Sports, I'm Nigel Jawa here. There will be a new champion this season in the Moccasin Super 10 Big Four. This after the Valencia Heat sent defending champions, the Defence Force, packing with their 3rd straight victory in the best-of-5 series, winning a cliffhanger by 1 point, 82-81 at the Jean-Pierre Complex on Sunday evening. The 5-time champions, Defence Force, playing to avoid a 3-0 series loss for the first time in more than a decade, fell behind 13-8 in their first quarter. It didn't get any better in the second quarter as they were left trailing 38-30 at the halftime. And they didn't fare much better in the third quarter when they found themselves 7 points adrift at 63-56. They came back in the final quarter though, but just couldn't break the backbone of the Heat despite coming within a point. The last time the Defence Force were beaten in a playoff series was in 1991 when the Casa Grande All-Stars led by Richard Mungu defeated them in a title series by 1 point in each game to win that championship 3-0 at the Jean-Pierre Sports Complex. The Heat, which was playing without 2 key players in Wayne Richards and guard Jonathan Weeks, both out with injuries suffered in their Game 2 win on Tuesday evening at Maloney, was guided to victory by the prolific scorer Fabrice Fisher, who scored 22 points and pulled down 8 rebounds. Center Dwayne Virgil and guard Kevin Noriega both netted 16 points. For the Defence Force, which will play for the third place, national forward Stephen Leiter Lewis led all scorers with 35 points and 4 rebounds. Heat will play the winner of the Caledonia Clippers versus Petro Jazz semi-finals in the finals of the Moccasin Super 10. Reporting for WeSports, I am Nigel Jower here. Sprinter Misha Liai and quarter miler Lalonde Gordon were 2 of only 3 Caribbean athletes completing victories on the weekend at the 10th Jubilee of Meeting International Region in Guadeloupe. Liai captured the women's 100-meter title in a time of 11.17 seconds to win ahead of American Tori Bowie in 11.26 seconds and Jamaican Shaleoni Calvert in 11.44 seconds. Gordon clocked 44.91 seconds on his way to winning the 400 meters title. The Olympic bronze medalists defeated a strong field that included runners from the USA, Great Britain, the US Virgin Islands and Bahamas. The Bahamas pair of Ramon Miller and Chris Brown was second and third respectively. Miller clocked 45.21 seconds while Brown had 45.23 seconds. TNT's Jaron Solomon was also involved in the race, but he finished a disappointing 7th in a time of 46.24 seconds. Reporting for WeSports, I'm Nigel Jower here.